How about now? Let's see, then we start echoing.
Can you turn it down so we can echo?
Yeah, ask her if she can hear us now. Because now you got the lines and stuff. So that whole show was like nothing?
I don't know.
I don't know. So, um, what I was saying was, I still think that it would cause problems because you're saying that the man allows it, but I don't know so. I think you have some women that totally start to disrespect and degrade a man over time. And it could be whether she's hiding things from him, she starts talking slick to him, like it just develops over time. And then you're saying that the man allows, okay, so what is the man supposed to do? Smack her?
No, stand up for yourself. Like, look, I don't care how much money you make. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm the head of this household. I'm still the man. I'm still the king.
Yeah, but then turn around and what, is she carrying the heavier burden of the bills?
What difference does that make? Why does that make a difference? Why does because she makes money make her superior?
It doesn't, but I think that a woman, there's certain things that that a woman looks for in a man, being a provider, being a protector, so it's kind of like, well, you can't provide for me. And then therefore, if you can't provide, she's probably looking at you as weak anyway. So now she's saying you can't protect her. No?
Well, in my opinion, there's too many women out there ready to hand everything over to you. So why would I deal with a chick that can't respect me?
Say it again.
I said there's a lot of women out there that will hand over everything to you. So without
Handle
question,
everything like what?
money, everything, with no problem. So why would I deal with a woman that disrespects me just because she makes more money than me? It doesn't make sense. As a man, I'm not even gonna argue with you about it.
But
It's not
that's,
a problem.
but
If
see,
you don't respect me, that's not a problem. I'll just find somebody that will.
right, but that's my point
It's not a problem.
exactly, is that she'll start to do it.
But what I'm saying is not all women think like that. Not all women will disrespect a man because they make more money than them.
You don't think that it just happens over time?
No,
No,
not with it. No,
there's other things.
no.
Easy. That means if she, see, here's the thing.
Not
If
all
she
women.
thinks
Not
that
all.
she can disrespect you,
Yeah.
if she knows she can disrespect you, then she will. Like you said, it goes back to our conversation about the alpha male. A woman is not going to try an alpha male because she knows that she's not going to get away with it, regardless of how much money she makes or her position.
Okay.
He lets her know that he's superior.
I do know a Christian woman that makes more money than her man, and so much so that like even her job has them like moving around, like living different places and stuff like that. And he follows her, but at the same time, they have God at the head of their household, so they don't really fall into certain issues. But I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think the problem is lack of communication. Like it starts in the beginning. Like my problem is, let's use me. You and I are dating, and you're a senior executive at, let's say, Apple, and I am a shift manager at McDonald's, and we get married. You knew what I was when we met. So
Right,
your
but
expectations, your expectations of me, you know where I'm at.
right, but then is that where you stay? Like you know that I'm here and you're here, so you don't stay there. And I've seen it. I know a girl like that. I don't remember her guy was the manager at KFC, and I forgot what it is she did. But once she got out of school and she started, it's like it's a difference, huh? Okay, it's a difference. It's even like that. Even happened with me and my girlfriends. Like once you start getting certain education and you started getting exposed to other things, you start seeing life a little different as opposed to your friends. Like how people be like, you got rich and switched and this and the other, but it's like you learning different things, you moving to different.
You move in different circles.
Yeah, it's like so then it's like now you have just like
Well,
there was a movie where the woman Cartwright, you remember like it was a Tyler Perry movie, and she was like, "Oh, you'll never be like Cartwright." He dresses up and he
I
does
think of that
this,
phrase.
huh?
I think of that phrase.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Um, I don't remember, but I know it was a Tyler Perry movie. Kim probably could tell me. I don't know.
I'm telling you the name of the movie.
where her son was actually for the white
Yeah.
guy? I thought it was the half,
My,
but no.
my bigger question would be, why can't women in that position control themselves?
Control themselves like what?
Because there's plenty of guys that are millionaires that's taking lesser chicks with no problem. Giving them all kinds of money,
Yeah.
right? Giving them all kinds of money.
But-
It's not even a problem. Time out. It's not even a problem. Not a problem. So why is it when a woman gets in that position, she feel like she can't respect the man?
Because it's unnatural. That's what I was saying about the characteristics, like, because now she has this power and she sees herself more powerful, and we said it, even when we were talking about the alphas, is that, oh, even if a woman is that alpha and she's powerful, she still wants her man to be above her.
But it doesn't have to be about money though. I mean, so first of all, if money is your God, then that's what you chase. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a well-rounded person and or a spiritual person that's grounded, you don't look at it like what he got is what he mean to you. Because what he mean to you is more than money. If you got a good man, that's invaluable. If you have a good black man, that's invaluable. So no matter how much you make, you can never buy that. You can't buy a good black man.
Let me ask you a
You
question.
can't buy a good black man. So why would a woman get a good black man and disrespect him because she make more money? Then that means money is your God, not your man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this.
You can buy a car, you can buy clothes, you can buy a house. You can't buy a good black man. And if you have a good black man, why even try to damage him or ruin him with a fucked up mentality?
When
This
a
makes no sense.
man actually feels secure within himself, he won't start to develop insecurities if the woman is making more.
Hell no, I could date Oprah and be cool.
Right?
I'm great with Oprah. What? I'm great.
It's still
Whatever
got
you
hair.
do, whatever.
But let me ask you this.
Whatever.
You made mention to your girlfriend that she made significantly more money than her husband, and they had God at the head of their household, correct?
Right.
How come they don't have any problems?
Because they're not of the only thing I can say, I have to answer like a Christian. Because they're not of the world and their focus is on God. So everything, you know what I'm saying? So they're still humble and they're older. You understand? So we're not talking about in this younger age group where now everybody is trying to live with the Joneses, and the Joneses did get their house foreclosed on, but they not trying to live, you know, that love and hip hop life, and you know what I'm saying? They're not materialistic.
So what we're saying is people have substituted spirituality for money.
Well,
Status.
they say you can't serve two gods.
Well, that's what they're trying
So
to
it's
do.
either you gain the whole world and you lose your soul. So you know, but you can't.
So you're saying a lot of women in that
Okay.
position.
Somebody quote a church.
So are you saying that women that think like that have lost their soul?
I think that anybody who thinks like that has pretty much
Right.
lost.
So me as a man, I wouldn't deal with a woman that has no soul.
Yeah, but at the same time, would you consider yourself to be highly spiritual? Would you consider yourself to be a Christian? You understand? So there's things.
I don't have to be a Christian to be spiritual.
But you do, because then that's when you get into the whole thing of being unequally
Does-
yoked.
does
So
she-
now if she's a strong Christian and she's looking like, well, okay, I'm looking to God or whatever, but then you come along and you like, well, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, but then you don't see God as how she sees God. So now you have a different battle. So finances might not be an issue right now, but now your issue is the belief in religion, because now she wants to go to church every Sunday and she wants you to fellowship with other Christians, and now you don't want to go.
I think you
Okay, I
all over the
understand.
place with that.
I
think you're all over the place
understand.
with
I
that.
understand that. But since we're talking about finances this week, you're not gonna talk about religion.
Yeah,
We're
we're
talking about religion.
I know, but-
Another issue.
I know, it just snuck in there, but what I'm saying is, it is a whole nother beast, but then the aspect of everything changes is what I was getting to.
Okay.
You know,
I think that money is the root of all evil. I think that people
Greed
have.
for money is what we're all
Thank you for correcting me. I think that people have like Wanda just said, men have been taking. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a man is not supposed to take care of his woman or his wife, but just because your woman, since women have y'all want to be treated equal, and y'all want all these rights, but then y'all don't want to. I mean, you can't have it both ways. I'm just confused on that.
Is money a position of power?
well, wait,
And I don't think it is.
I believe it is. Once you get a certain level, yeah, once you get to a certain level of wealth or whatever, yeah, you do start to feel a different level of power. You do start, some people don't know how to control it, they don't know how to manage it. But let's scale back for a minute. Besides the who makes more, right? What about just on a relationship period? Let's start there. You're in a relationship. How do you bring up finances?
You ask.
Ask what?
First of all, I mean,
When do you ask?
in the beginning, during the dating process, you always like when you ask. First of all, it's kind of you ask a question what they do.
Okay.
So if you're a person in certain industries, depending upon what a person does, you kind of know how much they make.
Okay.
You know what kind of tax bracket. I'm not how much they make, but you know what tax bracket they're in.
Okay.
Like if you date somebody, I meet somebody, she says she's a CNA. Okay, I know she's in the medical field. She's below an LPN and she's below an RN. So I know she's making between $25,000 and $30,000 a year, at best.
Okay.
So I know what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
So then you go and so then you have to decide. So then you look at her structure. Okay, is she working? What is she working towards? Is she working towards becoming an LPN? Because that lets you know her drive. Like, and it goes back to what I said about the person working at McDonald's. You know, if you marry her and she's a CNA, is she going to strive to be RN or a doctor? Does she have ambition?
Now, that sounds good in a fairy tale world, right?
True.
But you got people nowadays that's dating and hooking up and don't even know their testing status.
Or
As
last name.
far as, and last
Birth
name.
dates.
As far as their status, if they're HIV positive or not. So, you mean to tell me that in the beginning, granted I know you asked, what do you do? So you do draw a conclusion, okay. Other than that, I don't think it's ever talked about until maybe you're trying to go into marriage.
I think it's before that.
Well, me personally, I wouldn't be concerned with your money until we talk about combining.
Combine it, yeah.
That's when we need to.
No, because you
It could
combine
be
before
move
marriage.
in. A lot of people move in
Oh,
together.
living together?
So
Okay.
living together, I need to know what you're working with. What's your debt? What's your income to debt? Period. That's what I need to know.
That sounds good, but I don't think people do it on living together either.
They have to.
I mean, no, true. I mean, that's true.
They kinda
A
have
lot of
to.
people don't, but I mean,
They should, they don't have to.
Because you have to say,
you know why? Because one person is saying it don't matter. It's all on me.
okay.
And a lot of dudes live with chicks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Somebody is saying, no matter what this person, I can handle the mortgage, the gas, the electric. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
They
I
can
think
afford the
some
bare
people look
minimum.
at it. I think they look at it like, well, before I came along, you were managing,
Right.
right? So therefore, because I'm gonna tell you, like, I used to live with my ex, and I just left out of my father's house, and I rented an apartment, right? Went up into the suburbs and rented an apartment. Rented my apartment, and I paid for the whole year up front.
Okay.
Right? Because, played around, my shit was already funny, right? But at the same time, I'm moving into an apartment, but I have rental properties. Don't ask me about my business, I'm just saying.
No,
So, you know what I'm saying? So now, I'm moving to this apartment, I pay for it up front, right? Now, we're dating, and I'm seeing him every single day. I'm seeing him every day that my cousin was like, yo, he's living with me. And I'm like, no, he ain't. He go home and change every day. You know what I'm saying? Till one day I said to him, I was like, yo, people keep saying you living with me. And he was like, well, I am here every day. And then it was just like,
You get the key?
oh, no. But I mean, I was home and he would just come home after work or whatever and leave the morning.
You just said, what you just said?
Well, I say come home because it was my home, but he would just come every day after work. So I don't think I said it to him like, you coming home tonight? It wasn't like that. It was just that. And it was funny because even before I moved into my apartment, I still see him every single day of our dating. So me not seeing him would have been like, you know what I'm saying? I see him every single day during a courting or whatever you want to call it. Every single day. So anyway, so now he moves in. And I'm a trip girl. I ain't all that other shit. I like trips. So he's paying for all the trips and stuff, but the rent is already paid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm paying for the bills or whatever, but everything else he pays for. And then it was like, Okay, so then now I start hustling. You know what I'm saying? I'm working for other shit now. I'm working, for my house. So it's like, all right, shit changes. Now we not traveling as much, whatever the case may be. So it kind of dawns on me like, well, where your bread at? But because I've always been so self-sufficient, I didn't even pay any attention. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, after a while, it was like, are you living off? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then,
I don't know. Yeah, like,
But let me
it's
ask you
like,
this. I have a good question. This is for
Okay.
everybody, for the room. Um, when moving into a situation, I'm gonna use you and Wanda. I'm gonna take myself out. I'm gonna use you and Wanda. You and Wanda
I
moving
ain't
together.
ready for all. Go ahead.
Okay, my wife and kids. But you and Wanda moving together, right? Y'all say you're gonna move in.
He's definitely paying the mortgage. Good.
But you said, okay, you have my
Men
mind.
pay the
Oh, wait a
mortgage.
minute.
I
So
don't
who,
care.
that's my question. That was my question. Who pays what?
I believe, and I mean, if people call me on section all the time, I believe that the man should take on a bigger bill.
Even if you make more money than him?
Yeah. He should still take on a bigger bill.
Your thought process on that?
I could, if she wants a house that I can't afford, then she have to put some bread to it.
Nope. He takes care of the mortgage, even if I take care of everything else. You know why? Only because to me, mortgage just means, in my mind,
Security.
head of household. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's how I equate it. So I think in order for me to still, and I'm not a disrespectful person, but I think after a while, and I think every woman is like this, and I know that I'm different from a lot of them, so if I can eventually get to the point where it's like, well shit, I'm doing everything, what the fuck I need you for? You know what I'm saying? So at least if you carrying that bill, that mortgage, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like, okay, well, he's still doing something. He's still, you know what I'm saying? He's still the head of house. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like being a principal, but you always in the janitor's office or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have the room. You gotta have the thing when you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just think that head of household, you pay the mortgage, and we'll do everything else accordingly. So you gonna pay the mortgage?
I got the money.
All right. Oh shit. I'll be back.
Oh, shit.
You want a break?
Yeah, we should have went to break. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's tough.
We gon' as soon as I rude as host come back from wiping her nose and washing her nasty ass hands,
For real? There's a reason why people leave off the fucking camera.
we gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Shit, that's why tonight my last night.
Saying that red ass shit. Shut your ass up.
Tonight my last night, y'all.
She been drinking.
I think it did. What kind of car is America? I think it was some cool.
I don't know.
A white car.
Now that's the setup. If I knew what kind of car he drove, then y'all be like, Alright, and we are back. Ooh, Echo City.
Except you can hear it don't sound that bad. Here we are. Drop. Heard that. Listen, if y'all out there watching, she is Basic Instinct. Let me put that in the group. Let me get the viewers up. Hold on, let me put that.
We so
Watch
far
this.
back now.
Watch how many likes they get.
Still shot when she fall back.
Right.
She got that wolf.
Should I bring the camera up?
Ozzy got it.
My hair?
That's not cool, man. Especially when the summer's getting hot.
Listen, bro.
I don't sweat.
I need grass for the field to play ball.
Oh, come on.
I don't sweat.
Yeah, you gotta think about
I ain't
that.
saying they gotta be Kojak Ball.
No, I'm not saying they gotta be. I'm not saying they gotta be an
I don't
afro.
like men that want to make it vagina. I'm just saying.
What, you the pedophile thing?
Yeah,
I see that pedophile.
I don't want to. Yeah. No. I don't like that bullshit, man.
To me,
It's like
that
being
is
with a child.
pedophilia 101.
So what about your underarms and everything else? A child normally doesn't have hair under the underarms. Hairy chest.
Fucking
What is
underarms?
this?
What?
I'm just saying, hair. I don't want that hair anywhere.
Why not?
Huh?
Why? When you lost your virginity, did they have hair on it?
Yeah.
Well, then shut the hell up.
At least I can take a little landing strip, but I like to see what you're working with.
If I'm looking at
I don't like to see no,
hair
you know,
and
see
shit,
that
man.
bumps and shit. I need to see what's going on up in there.
My man,
The
that's what I'm
OCD
talking
You the
about.
OCD lady should
But
appreciate
you know what?
looking
Because
at a
I'm
clean
not
workspace.
thinking of nasty.
You always think of nasty. You the ones who will brush your
But also
tongue.
with them
and
hair
you got
follicles,
cooties.
it trap a lot
You know
of
there's
stuff.
STDs
I'ma
out there.
tell you.
You the STD talk queen. Don't
Yes,
tell me about you
but
don't
I'ma
think
tell
about
you-
that.
But I'm gonna tell you, I don't think about vaginas.
No, you
How
said
you like your
period.
man?
No, you said
I like my
period.
man with hair on it.
Over the
Right,
hair.
that's what I'm saying. Right.
I like hair. Like
We're talking about in general. No, I'm talking about
Just do
balls
this,
balls
do
on
this.
his dick.
Like she said, I like hair.
So a
But
man
I do
got,
like beard. I
so they
like
got a
hair.
shaved, no, we talking about penises. If you got a shaved penis,
No, I don't want to shave.
You know what
Why
I'm
not?
saying? Can he get a part?
Cause I like hair.
Can he get a part on the side
What?
of his landscape? He get a part.
niggas could be hiding shit in their hair too, I'm just saying.
What can he possibly be hiding in the hair?
Herpes.
In the hair all the way up there?
Yeah, herpes.
I can see a woman hiding herpes. I can't
Those
see a
two.
man hide herpes
I'll just-
all the way up there. How the fuck
might
the herpes
be able
get
to-
all the way up
because
there?
It's on your skin and then
So when it's skin herpes, just
All you gotta
on
do
just
is
on
bump
the dick.
your
Yeah, but it
lip.
has to be in contact with somebody who
What a
has
wart?
herpes.
What about a general wart?
Okay, so
Are
then
you- are
she
you
right
a
there
general
having
or
her
passionate
vagina
lover?
all the way up here?
Are you a
Shit.
passionate lover? If you a passionate lover, you might lick that bump.
That's what I'm saying,
You
man.
a
I'm just saying,
nasty
you're
nigga.
a
But you know
wart.
what? And see,
I'm being
and that's
real.
why I don't do
I'm
it.
being real, man. Shout out to Amir. I still like her.
But see, but that's why I don't do that. So I guess my issues would be totally different.
Real talk.
You cheapskate, man. What we talking about? We
That's
talking
why
about
she
money in a relationship.
Hey, Wanda,
man.
that's
She
why
gonna
she
cheat the
really
ball.
paid.
She gonna cheat the ball, right?
Mortgages don't gotta get paid. Houses get brought. I just told you, don't ask me about my finances. Anyway,
That's what I'm
and it wasn't from head. I'm just saying.
Ain't no pussy that good to buy no house.
Shit. Cause you ain't never had it to buy the house.
They want some old ass ginger snaps. I'm telling you about
They wasn't always old, I guess.
Who cut out?
They wasn't always old, and then on top of it too,
So back
they all
Are we
probate.
going back to the post, man?
back to
Get off of you, queen.
let's get off of hairy vaginas and Lex, you know, cookie for houses. She flipping houses. Flip that house.
That's not what it was.
She's the new
That
Girl
was
Scout.
my what happened after you leave? What you did after you leave? Like alimony or whatever?
All right.
You married that many times that you said property.
That don't
Then she
count.
wants.
No, when you break up.
Yeah.
I wasn't married. I just broke up.
What?
So anyway, back to the finance.
Yeah.
So Amir, so we asked the question. So I asked the question to the room. You wasn't here, so I'm gonna ask you. In a relationship, who pays what?
By code nowadays, women say the man's supposed to pay for everything.
I do hear that a lot. A lot of women,
I had to
a
look
lot
at
of motto is, you know what though? A lot of motto is, your money is my money.
But
Her
my
money is her
money
money.
is her money. Yeah, her money.
Your money is my money, and my money is my
And then
money.
they say, be a real man and you're supposed to follow
So
that.
hold on. Is this under the same code as these independent women?
That's what they they say until they spending your money.
I don't
They
think the
did
independent women are doing that.
You think not?
I think these hood rat,
No.
I don't think
Independent
chicks that
women
have
also,
theirs.
they will expect you to pay for things, so forth and so on, and prove yourself. I'm not saying that none of them want to spend themselves, but it'll be a long list of things that they want that man to do in order for him to meet her standards. And along those lines, that is, get that cash up, pay. He doesn't have to pay for her hair, but some girls require the maintenance. Some girls require the dining. It's pretty much like, if you can't do anything for me, why do I need you? Because I can do it for myself.
You know what I think, and I could be wrong, but
You're
I
right.
think like, say if you're dating, right? And I guess you're dating to get to that point. So it's not just casual dating. You're in a relationship of some sort, right? So you having sex, y'all going out all the time, and I guess you're supposed to be in a commitment, right? She lives in her house, you live at your house. Both of y'all have the same bills, right? So I could see if a woman be like, well, he might give her something towards her hair or her maintenance or whatever. That's different. I don't think that a man should be out of the house unless you ask for it, unless you're struggling, you fucked up, where he has to say, here is your cable bill money, or here is, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to maintain your own
Yeah,
life.
that's true. I agree.
You know, but him adding to it or taking a little pressure off of you where it'll be like the hair or whatever kind of extra, you know. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of different because in the Jamaican community, the men do basically do everything.
And here's the problem though, what I've realized, a lot of my friends realized, and also other men that I spoke with realized. You can't even get to that relationship point if you don't go through those barriers, that wall, those hoops involving dating.
Finances?
Yeah. For instance, let's just say most people would date more than one person. Let's just be honest. For a man to date a certain type of woman, at least two of them, he's breaking his pockets and also trying to maintain his own lifestyle. What women don't understand is that most women are not doing that. The guy has to come out of his pocket. So when he falls short on his own responsibilities, then we look at as not being someone who knows how to maintain his position, someone who's not responsible. And it's like, well, we're bringing bread on you. So as far as finances, it does matter. When you're in a relationship, true, some women will expect you to do most of the things. But nowadays, women won't even do the things that old school women used to do. And some men, as we know, are not taking care of the home either. So it makes it a lot harder because no one talks about these things before entering that actual relationship while they're dating. It's like it's taboo. Don't worry about my money. Don't count it. But if you notice, that's a slick way to do it for women. What is it that you do? Once you tell them your profession, she already lines your income up.
Yeah, I believe that. But so why would you date two women if you can't financially afford it?
Why should I financially afford dating two women is what I'm saying. If I take you out, that should be enough. I don't have to afford you. Remember,
But
we're
that's what I'm
just
talking
dating.
about. I thought that's what we were talking about. You being able to afford the dates.
Yeah, able to afford the dates, but with those dates, then women expect you to do it all the time, until you get that to that point of a possible relationship. So it makes it hard for the guy. Like just going out nowadays is not really looked at as even trying to get to know the person. It's an expectation for the man to pay. So I asked one young lady, I said, do you even date in the winter? And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, if you require for a guy to take you to certain places and he can't afford it, you're not going over his house most of the time. Because most women say, nah, he think he getting something, I'm not going over his house. So therefore, you're probably not even dating in the winter. It's a drought. Until the summer comes where that guy can take you out if he can't afford to go somewhere. If you're trying to be, well, he needs to be old fashioned, let's take a walk. You're not walking in the winter.
But are women old fashioned nowadays?
Hell no.
So they want
It's
old.
very
So
rare.
are you saying that they want old fashioned ways as far as
They
the
want-
dating and the man paying,
Uh-huh.
but then they want to do
They
new
wanna
school
do
shit
new
on
school
what they
shit.
do?
Exactly.
Very interesting thing.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
So if a woman is holding you to a certain standard, how about holding her to a certain standard?
Then you get, men can't be the men like they used to be. Because they've been filled with so much fantasy and so much jargon in their head that the guy's supposed to do everything. And I was asking them, did your dad do that with your mom? And they be quiet. I'm like, well,
That is a good one. And you know what I was gonna ask? Wait, what I was gonna ask? I would ask her about her father.
yeah.
Did you grow up with what I'm saying? Yeah, if your dad was in your life, then I can say, okay, fine, I have no problem of,
Providing for you that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if your dad wasn't in your life, bitch, where you getting that shit from?
And now look at what's out there. How many actually had their fathers in their lives?
Right.
Unfortunately.
That would be, what are y'all watching? Y'all making me nervous. What are you watching?
Nothing. When I watch anything,
But,
you watch it.
but that's how, that's, yeah, that's how I would just shuffle the pack right there, like, where your dad at? Oh, alright, yeah, sing,
Yeah,
alright,
yeah.
boom.
That's
You know what I'm
taboo,
saying?
though. That's a taboo discussion. A lot of women that try to block from that.
For what,
They don't
where her dad is?
They don't want to get into certain personal conversations because that means they got to actually show their hand now.
It makes them vulnerable.
It makes them vulnerable. It's like you just opened up a wound. And it's like, I'm not trying to open up a wound. I'm just talking to you on the strength of a man talking to a woman. So they want the ball in their court, but as soon as you show you could ball too, it's like, nah, I don't play no more. You're not playing with it.
Now what?
Let me ask you
What?
this.
Now
Let me
what?
ask all y'all this.
Now what? Ball in your court, boo.
Does financial
What?
responsibility come with pussy?
Fucking right. If I'm paying, I'm fucking.
Like, no, what I mean by that is, like, you hear a lot of women say,
I'm paying the mortgage, I'm fucking.
yeah, or you ask for money. Yeah, I mean,
Come on,
women
bro.
say,
Get this right now.
Don't worry, if I put it down, that's my motto.
serious note, on a serious note,
But-
you'll hear a lot of women say, well, you supposed to do that. I'm fucking. Like, you can't pay my cable bill, you can't do this, I'm fucking you.
You know
So
what?
does it come with a,
Yeah, I think it does. It comes with an unspoken contract. Like I said, people not talking anymore.
Here's my thing. If you start dealing with a woman and y'all start fucking, and now she needs help with her cable bill, that's just like the representative run. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel like, no, you fake. Who the fuck was paying your bill prior to that?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, no, like I'm not gonna do that shit. But
look who just stepped in the neighborhood. Boom, guess who stepped
She
in
need
the
help
room?
too. She need help.
I need help. Wow. Ooh, I like that, babe. Oh, thank you. It's loud.
You don't have to drag it. Come on, you can sit right here,
Thank you for
mama.
making it to my last night.
I don't know why she talking that shit. She always say that shit on the slant the shout out. Hey, mama. Well, you sit right there. Go ahead, take my
No, I
chair.
can sit
want
next
this
to
guy?
her.
You can't see you on camera.
I'll get off camera.
No, you sit your ass right there, Beetlejuice.
Go ahead, though, my boy.
So Mick, since you walked in the room, let me ask you, so you just missed the last question. My last question was, does pussy come with a financial responsibility?
Thank you for being honest, sister. We like that.
When you say that, say that
So what I'm saying is, so you hear
gotta
women,
say that.
My brother gotta bring out.
That's bullshit. You got so many
That's-
chicks out here that's fucking for nothing. They are, but that don't mean that that's right.
They are, and you know
See,
why?
but here-
Because they realize that their options are slimming down, so to speak. All them dudes that they could have
Some of that
had,
one.
they passed them by. So now they're like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this guy who's not doing much into something that I want. And if
So-
a guy doesn't have anything, he's
See-
more easy. He's easily inclined to live
but
in
you know
their
what, I think it
house,
goes
do
back
all these
to
things.
both of what you guys both said. Nobody's talking. So if you're talking, then I know that you don't have the financial means. So I know that eventually there's gonna come a time when they're gonna ask you for some money. I don't think that I should, just because I'm fucking you, that I should pay your cable bill. Especially if I can't watch Sports Center.
And then that's not even.
Wait. Repeat that. I think I missed part of that. Say that one more time.
Just because I'm fucking you does not mean I need to give you money. Because if that's the case, you're a fucking hooker.
And I'm saying, but what are you
that's
getting
being-
in
that's-
exchange? So you just doing it just for the sake of doing it?
What am I
But I can
getting?
get a wet ass from anywhere.
But what am I, see, here's the thing, on the flip side, what am I getting?
No,
But
Are you paying me for this bitch?
But wait,
Y'all-
but
y'all
nine
need to
times
keep it
out of
all the
10,
way real, though.
9 times out of 10, she is fucking somebody for free. Especially if she fucking.
Yep.
You understand?
Because if
So,
you just met her, she fucking somebody
She
else
fucking
before
somebody
she
for
gave
free.
you the time of day.
that, you know
That
what I'm
dude
saying?
ain't
So
taking
I
her
think
out.
it'll be a category like, well, I want this dude to do this, but this dude, I like him that
Like it's
much,
time.
so he don't got to give up.
Yep.
But one thing I'm gonna tell you, I have never in my life had to ask nobody for no fucking money. I'm not asking you for no fucking cable bill. I refuse. I'm not doing the shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. You're
But you
therefore you don't have to. Guys are superficial. So
Right.
therefore, a guy is more inclined to give a woman who looks like something that he wants to get, because he knows he has to pay to play,
Right.
to do what it is that they may need to
Whereas
do.
a
Where
less
it's gonna be
attractive
unspoken,
woman,
where a less
they
attractive,
gotta
he's gonna be
ask.
like, man, nah, I'm cool, especially if he got
Or-
another one who look better.
But see,
If
but
he
here's the-
juggling two, yeah, that's right, if he juggling two and one looks better, and it's like, man, I gotta go through, this dude and that dude to even get a chance with, I gotta pretty much make a schedule to get down with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
he
gonna
gonna
pay
pay
for
that
it.
price.
I knew I should have set up that PayPal account.
So dig this, so dig this. So, if you're not in a relationship, so I think to me, that when you're dealing with finances and stuff like that, us supporting each other. Because I don't think that if we're just fucking or we're dating, that I should just be shelling out money, or she should be just shelling out money. That should be something that people in relationships do. I mean, if I'm wrong, stop me. I don't think the random should get,
Say it again, say that word again.
the random. The random
Or the
should
miscellaneous.
get, the miscellaneous shit should get, she should not get financially supported. To me, my financial
See,
support goes to
And
my
a lot of
woman.
women don't understand that they're looked at as being randoms, all that, well, I'm this, I'm that. In
But
order
it
for you to
couldn't
get
be-
married and so forth, the guy does judge you. So you could think you are what you want. Your options are showing how guys view you a lot of times.
Well, let me ask you this. Could it be that the guys are making them feel like they're more than just randoms?
No.
Yes.
Women
I
equate
don't think
time.
so.
Women
I
equate
think what
time.
happens is that it's always 3 different relationships going on. It's the relationship that he has with you being not a relationship. The relationship that you have with him where you have this, yeah, we into something, and then the relationship that you create in your head. So I don't think it's him doing anything. I think women, we tend to fill in the blanks all the time, and that's why
Without asking.
right, that's why we feel like we think higher of ourselves than we ought to think.
Let me get out. Oh,
Not like that.
It was nice.
Because she being honest, that's what I'm talking about, that
She came
reality.
in dropping
Now
numbers.
you're talking about
She came in
asking
honey.
me
You
this,
want something to drink
talking
beside
about
that little thing. You deserve a drink. I'm serving you.
But you know-
Huh?
I'm lost. I don't even know.
That's
I
because
think it's all
you
good.
gotta look at, unfortunately, majority rule. And majority rule is pretty much what she just said.
That is a good analogy.
It's, usually a woman will conjure up her own idea of what the relationship is, and she'll base it on, and I gotta put dudes out there without putting us out there. If he has the time for whatever reason and he has the finances, ladies do not think that this dude really like it. If he got the time and finances, he already know that's where to take the crack of coke. Especially if he look like something.
So they-
Therefore, you already open if he's intellectual. It's a done deal in most cases, unless you juggling 5 other dudes that's just like him. Other than that, if you really mature, so to speak, or if you say, I know what I want, then you know you got your winner, but that winner may not look at you as being the winner.
Right.
So Nick, let me ask you this. I asked the role before you got here.
Wow.
Who in a relationship, you and I move in, who pays what?
Okay. Did we get the place together?
Yes.
Or you moving into, okay,
We got a place together.
if we got the place together, then I think that the bulk of it should be on the man's head. I would
I
prefer.
can't really get mad at that.
No, I like to see how people think. So, it's just a general question, so our viewers
Whatever,
know.
It need to be talked about, though.
whatever, if there's an electric bill, whatever is the biggest debt for us, I think that the man should handle it. I'll take
Okay.
care of everything else, like, the electric, the cable, the gas, the groceries. If you're taking care of the mortgage and the car, then I think.
Good help me. That's what I'm
I think
talking
that's
about.
good.
Good
I
help
got
me.
another one for y'all. Let me ask this.
Wait,
So,
real quick.
go ahead, Lex.
Now, suppose he moved in with you. That changes. If it's mine already,
Right.
then I'm gonna still manage my mortgage because I had that when he came in.
That's your responsibility.
That's mine. That was mine.
Yeah.
So what does he pay? Everything else.
It's
Bullshit.
everything else.
You moving to my shit, you still pay for the mortgage. I was
Alright, so peep this. So since we want to line the finance, right?
Right.
Let's flip it. Lex, for you, you are the breadwinner, right? Your husband, he's a stay-at-home father.
She already did it, that
Oh,
whole
no, wait a minute. And it goes, and it flips for Wanza and Amir. For you and Nick, you guys have stay-at-home dads, right? Do they get an allowance?
Where the fuck did a stay-at-home dad come from?
They do have them.
Personally,
They have them.
I'm
If
not-
you're
I
busy
would
and
not
the kids
be-
are there, what you gonna do?
Personally, that I would not be attracted. That's just me. I would house every day.
I'm not disagreeing with
He
that.
needs to have a
He-
big.
I'm asking this question for a reason.
He lined
Does
it up
he
a
get an
certain way.
allowance?
He
Yeah.
asked you a direct
That's a
question.
direct question.
So let's go.
Okay,
Would you give your husband
It's still on you.
an allowance?
You gonna give him an allowance?
If he's
He's already
taking care,
divorced.
if he's taking care of the house, he's washing, he's cooking, he's cleaning.
I don't want that.
That's not what I
I want
asked
to
you.
fuck him.
That's not what I
I'm
asked
gonna
you.
bend that
Answer the
ass
question.
over. Can you give me that last thing?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she already did that whole thing.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Even if he does half of that, fine. I don't want that. I don't want to come home and my man he's in a fucking apron and my shit all folded up and I don't want it. No.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What if this man has a lucrative business?
That was gonna be my next suggestion. The only way I would be accepting of that is if he has a business at home.
But that's not the question that was asked.
Okay, then the question,
Y'all-
answer your question. No, I would not give him an allowance.
Okay, so now dig this. So now flip this. Now what I'm saying, if your wife didn't work, she stayed home, she took care of the kids, took care of the household, would you give her an allowance? Amir?
Yes.
Okay.
Now-
Now, the reason, wait a minute. Let me tell you my reason you can reply. The reason why I asked that question is because you have women out here who think that them being homemakers, take care of the home, that's a job.
Listen, I'm
So,
gonna speak
go
from
ahead.
my experience. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna speak from my experience. Because when my kid's father, I did not have to work.
No, she was
Right?
spoiled by him.
I understand that. But at the same time, it wasn't an allowance. You didn't get an allowance. You just had money from the family, like the house. Like,
Nigga, that's an allowance. If you're not working
An allowance
and he's
is-
giving you money,
no. An allowance is, and he says, here, baby, this is $150 for you for the week. Every fucking week or every 2 weeks, some
Right.
shit. You understand where he's physically coming? No. I had open range of, if I needed some shit, I bought my shit. You understand?
Let's you are getting off what he said. Dude is running things pretty much like, well, not running things in that sense, but he has the money. You don't have any money.
Okay.
You've seen the split. He gives you an allowance. You going back to the woman that you are, being motivated and always having your own. And that's why I think it's hard to get.
see, that's the problem. See, the women, and my thing is, like, if you are as, like, perfect example. Let's say you are a business owner, correct?
Yeah.
And your business is successful, correct?
Right.
So what if you're so perfect example? What if you got Oprah money?
But that's what I'm telling you. It doesn't come down to an allowance. If he's my husband, he's been a good dude. He has open fucking range. There's no fucking allowance. There's no, you can only use $500.
So you're okay with, basically what you're saying is you're okay with supporting him. That's what I was getting at. Because you have women out here who think that their job is to take care of home. And that's their job.
That's like that joke with Johnny Carson. Was it Johnny Carson or Eddie Murphy? He made fun of Johnny Carson because after Johnny Carson divorced his wife,
So he gave her 20 million.
right, she got half. And he said, well, what did you do? I fucked my husband. So basically,
But
it's
you
the
know
same
what? See,
thing.
I'm a different dude. Like with my ex, after we broke up, I still did a lot of things in order for my daughter to have certain things. So I didn't look at it as even allowance. I looked at it like, man, she needed my help. And I
Well,
was
that's
her
different
friend.
for kids.
But I was her friend too.
I think
For my daughter.
I think
people
you
don't
put the
talk
word
about it.
allowance on it, it turns into
That was my
something different.
question, yeah, that I had posed in the group
What regarding?
about if you know a woman is in a bad way, if that's your friend, would you help her? Would you give her money?
Yes.
And the guys were like, no, if we not fucking.
I'm real with
No,
it. I mean,
see,
I've done it.
I think the mentality, the problem is, and I'm gonna call them these new niggas. These new niggas don't understand the concept of if you're somebody's friend,
Exactly.
whether you're a male or a female, if Lex come to me and say, yo, Bruce, I don't have no gas. You got $20? I'm not fucking Lex.
Right.
I'm not gonna see her stuck on the side of the fucking road.
Right.
Here you go, babe. Put this gas, put this money in
Some
your
But
gas.
they ain't gonna be giving out no coochie and had no fucking gas.
Some dudes do it with an
But
ulterior
you ain't giving out no
And
coochie.
that
So
was
you ain't got no
my
money.
question.
Cash not genuine.
But that's what I asked.
Absolutely, and I think that's where allowance comes in, because
Cash not genuine.
in a situation like Lex is saying, I've been married, my wife didn't work, but if she needed something, she could have it, you know what I'm saying, I give her the money, it's not a problem, but it's not like I held money from her, the money was there, but it's not like I give her an allowance. If I give her an allowance, it allows me to have some kind of control over her, cause if she does something I don't like, then I'm like, why ain't
You
you
might
doing
smash
it?
it.
So now that's
But you
bullshit.
But
So
you
I
have
mean,
people that like that though.
you do, and I think that's bad. So I
It is.
think the mentality is, I wouldn't want a woman that want an allowance. I would like a woman that's like, cause if I'm in the same situation, I would ask for what I absolutely need. If I don't really need money, I'm not gonna ask her just to give me $300 a week, just to give me $300, cause she can give it to
Just
me.
need to
I'll
talk,
get it when I
man.
need it. But if you're a person that's like, you should give me this, I think I
Then that's
deserve
a
this
wrap
every week,
already.
that's a
Yeah,
different
that's
type of mentality. And I don't think that's a person that has a family mentality. I
Let
think
me
they have
ask-
a selfish
But
mentality.
one, since you said, let me ask you this. Who do you think creates that mentality, the man or the woman?
I think individuals, I think selfish is an
Because
individual.
when it comes to a financial responsibility, you know that you need, but that's why you have, and it's funny because that's why you have these women
It's those core
who don't,
values, man.
you don't know, they don't know how to manage
Right.
stuff.
They don't know the core
Like
values.
men
It does.
who don't know how to manage money because even although the wife doesn't work, she manages the bills.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, I think this whole conversation about can you be a team player or not. I think team players understand how not to abuse someone who's taking care of them.
Exactly.
Whether it be the man taking care of a woman or a woman taking care of a man, and the person in position that's making more money, not to abuse the person that doesn't make money. So it's understanding that we a team, and it's us against the world, not us against each other. But too many people look at it like what I'm getting or what I'm not getting.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, because that's how people been raised. They haven't been raised with moms and dads that have shown them cohesiveness.
I
You
got
know
a
what I'm
question
saying?
for the ladies. How come, and I'm not saying that you ladies like this, but as from your experience, I'm sure you have females that you may associate with. How come women have a problem dating down financially?
Because he can't do nothing for him, man.
Cause she could do bad by herself.
Or how is she doing bad?
But Cole, this is the funny thing about what you just said. And I asked a friend of mine way back. She was dealing with this guy. She said, you know, I really can't deal with him anymore. And I said, why? She said, because he don't make enough. I said, well, what are you looking for? And she told me. I said, what makes you think that a dude making 70 or above wants to mess with you and you barely making 30?
See,
And
mine
she
is-
said, I never thought of it like that. I said, you barely making 30 with 3 kids. You're in debt to this man. You're a liability if you sign on with any man who makes more. But yet women don't want to take it the other way. And to a degree, I understand why. Because unfortunately, there's not enough men who have shown that they're going to be motivated themselves in order to reach a certain earning potential. So women have learned from watching other women suffer by the dude who's sitting on the couch playing the PlayStation, go out with his boys. That I'm not going to be like, you know, Angie down the street who's constantly taking care of this bum dude. So they
See,
don't
I
do
don't,
the same thing.
I beg to differ. And the reason why is because, and this might just be me, it's not equal giving, but equal sacrifice. If my 100% and your 100% are not going to be the same. If you make 100,000 and I only make 60,000, and I'm still doing everything that I'm supposed to do and contributing, just because I don't make as much as you doesn't mean I'm not giving it my all. And I think that's where a lot of it falls. I've dated guys that made less than me, but if I see him really trying and putting forth the effort, do what you can afford to do.
Absolutely.
That's,
Out
I
of
mean,
10 women,
if
you're
you
like
can
3.
if you can only afford to take me to Fridays, or you can
What?
only take me, I'm okay with that, but be honest with me. Don't be trying to live outside my means and then taking my stuff too. I have a problem with that. That's what I have a problem with.
And some women who make a certain amount won't even allow that man to take them to Fridays because automatically they already chalked him up based on her own financial means and what her friends do and how she may be perceived socially.
But I think the problem is that everybody wants to be perceived as something that they're not, that they have more than what they actually, the people are struggling out here. It is
Thank you.
hard
Yeah,
out
thank you.
here. It is very difficult.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, I was out of work for what, 8 months? You know,
A lot of
so,
people fronting though.
exactly.
I still
Love
got
the
gas
front.
tank
Love the
at
front.
$40 and that premium just started looking like, man.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, like, when I got with my husband, it was funny because everybody before him was financially set, where they took care of me. You know, even if I worked or whatever, it wasn't never looked at as whatever. And when I dealt with him, it was because of the potential. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was, like, he used to get, like, there was a time when he was on unemployment and we were just dating. But even on unemployment, like, I would get his whole unemployment. You understand? So it was like, at that time too, it was kind of like, well, he still want to contribute, whatever the case, even though he's not at a certain place, whatever the case may be. So moving forward, it was no problem because he had already put in So when it was time for me to give out, I didn't have an issue. But I had an issue where you not moving. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's
I was like, you know what? You gotta go to
Feel like you
school,
being
you gotta do
taken
this, you
advantage of.
gotta do that. And it was like, he was doing it, but to me, it almost seemed like maybe it was a resentment that I had to tell you. Or, you know, some guys want you to accept them for them or some shit.
But
You know what I'm saying?
that's what women do the same thing, accept me for me. So I mean that goes in
But
both
you
sexes,
know what?
but I get what you're saying. He just didn't show you.
Can we do our last commercial before we dig in further? Or-
Sure, we can go commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
It was on mute all that fucking time.
And that's what I was saying, because I had put on there, I couldn't hear it. Did you, yeah.
And I should know because we didn't hear no echo.
I know. This what happened when they give me alcohol, y'all. Sorry.
Oh,
You had a sip.
she just
Alright, and we are back. I'm gonna check Wanda's nipples.
So, we were talking about, for those that missed it, we were talking about basically romance and finance and how the two, how they coincide. Is there a problem? So, I don't know if you guys may or may not have missed it. We're gonna recap towards the end, but
Well, let me touch on something real quick. What if you're already in a situation? Because the last segment, and I'm aware that you guys probably weren't able to hear us, but we just discussed on, basically what Bruce said, who takes on what responsibility. So Nick and I said, I said that I think the man should take on the mortgage. I think, to me, mortgage equates head of household. Nick says that the man would take on the larger of the bills. So pretty much it's kind of the same thing, just to, I think, restore his position of power. Because I think subliminally, like, that's really basically what it is.
Now, I get what you're saying in regards to that, but some people live in a certain income housing, please don't go by that, because if you're paying 4.5 for your rent,
Wait,
and your car note is 500.
no, wait. We need to get some levels to this shit.
Yeah, please.
You understand? We can't be talking, like, we can't be
That's why, like, everything
at one
is for
level, and
everybody.
then when something comes in, we go all the way down
Well,
to the
because
welfare recipient,
Because
Section 8 person.
but you can't knock anybody.
It's all
Right,
relevant.
because you
This
can't.
is all relevant.
Right, because we have different.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I run into Section 8, you're not even supposed to have a man in the house.
We know that's not true, but, I mean, it's true, but it
Well,
happens.
And that's all,
A lot,
and
so-
that's a whole nother show that we can
Yeah.
get into. That
Yeah, I know it's not
systemic
legal,
of why
We got
black men
12
aren't in
years here.
relationship, yes.
Yeah, but
Well, you know what I'm saying? That's some shit that's
We
going on.
open that can of worms. This is a can of worms,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? That helped us in the situation that we in now.
right, we need some levels to this shit.
Need some
You
levels,
know
so
what I'm
we'll go
saying?
back to
My
that.
thing, and I'm gonna put it out here, and this doesn't have to reflect on Sexes Hold'em or anybody else that's in this room. But me personally, I don't think your financials should be fucked up and you're out here dating. You understand? You should be able to maintain
That's like
yourself and your
70%.
household,
Everybody will be single.
be able to maintain yourself and your household,
Yeah.
and then, but that's when you bring somebody into damaged things. That's just like somebody who has no self-love, no self-esteem. You understand? It's going to eventually burden the other person and it's going to break. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
And you create, it is a very valid point what you said, but across the board, there's so many people out there who either broken, scarred, bitter, immature, unemployed, shouldn't be dating, and so forth. I mean, a majority rule. You're one of the few. You know what I mean? Nick's views are one of the few. You gotta
these
look
are
at the
the,
majority.
and I said that, this is my opinion, but I feel as though if you fucked up financially, I don't think your greatest concern should be a relationship.
But the people, that's what they want. You know what I mean? People are not gonna just be
They need help.
Right.
hold on, let me ask
People wanna interact with people.
let me ask you a question. Is that for men and women, or just for men?
Men and women,
Okay, no, I asked that.
especially women.
I asked that question because you had women out there, and Wanza and Amir, you guys know, what's the famous term women use? They look for who? Sponsors.
That's a sponsor is a
No,
whole,
but what I'm
sponsor
saying
isn't even a man.
No, but it goes, no, you,
Listen to him.
but it goes back to what you said about how, but that's why I asked, are you talking specifically about women and men? Because you don't hear men out here talking about, I'm looking for a woman for financial security. I'm not saying there's not men out there, because you have brothers
You
out
got
there.
a lot of men that's out there like that.
But there are more women out there who are, what's the new term they call them? Texans or whatever they're calling them. Women who are out, they want to be with dudes because they have money. They want financial security. They want financial stability. And they don't want to do anything to get it.
Right, but listen, I even understand all that, but you know what you do in that situation then? You live within a certain means. You understand? Don't live above your means so that even when the guy does come along, he can upgrade you to something else. You don't have to be like overextending yourself any fuck way.
And I get that, but unfortunately, you gotta remember, we live in Philadelphia, you know what I mean, even the tri-state area. You got women who are no longer with either their husband or their boyfriend, or even a dude who fathered the child. So therefore, them pretty much, sign on if he has enough. Each child represents a debt, and most women can't handle that debt. So like he said, she's looking for some help. She's not even a helpmate.
But you know what, let me ask you this, Lex, have you always been in a good place financially when you were dating?
Pretty much.
Well, that's the situation.
So you
But,
afford,
but,
A lot-
I mean,
a lot
but
of
I take myself out of the equation, you understand, because I know everybody wasn't set up like how I was set up. You understand, but my thing is just that, I understand help me, I get it. I'm not knocking those who might need help, I'm not saying that. But you still should be able to maintain something, so even when somebody else comes along, it doesn't feel like you're sucking him into an abyss. It's that he's helping you move to another level because you're ready to go to another level.
She might
You know what I'm
be
saying?
ready, but realistically, the time is not for her. I mean, you look at credit card debt. You look at the fact that she already needs the child support possibly.
Yeah, but okay, but wait,
That dude
wait,
is
let's
stepping
stick a
into
pin. We
bills.
gonna go there step by step, right? Okay, you got credit card debt, you got certain bills or whatever, your ass should not be in a fucking club. You shouldn't have no fucking club clothes. You shouldn't be walking around with a Louis struggle purse. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, but that's a predetermination of how you think. But most people are simple. They want to eat, sleep, and fucking be in something.
But-
People just want to be with people. They ain't
Right,
got no
so be,
plans.
no, that's my thing, so be simple. If simple means maintain your household, keep your lights on, keep your bills on, keep the roof over your head, that's maintaining. That's no extracurricular activities, that's living above your means. So even if you do get that man that will be a helpmate, it will actually be a help, it will be a step up. What's gonna happen is, if you already fucked up, he gonna pour into you, you just gonna keep sucking and keep sucking and keep sucking, and you ain't never moving.
But
So
here's
now
another
he's
issue.
exhausted or he's broke.
And that makes
And you
sense.
understand?
That makes
But
sense,
that's but right, and real quick, but that's based on if a person really want upward movement. Some people just don't, they don't care. They like, my little broke ass crib is good. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
comfortable.
fuck. And
Some
I'm
people
trying
are comfortable
Yeah, and they just want
at a certain level.
they just want a warm
Because
body
that's
next to
all
them
they
at
know.
night. They
That's
don't
all
know
they
that.
But we were talking about finances, we weren't talking about just
But it's-
fucking.
all relationships deal with
But
finances.
it's all blended.
All relationships deal with finances.
Hold on, dig this though, Lex. You have people out there who their financial structure is struggle.
Right.
They will, like you said, if you said that if you're struggling, you shouldn't be in the club.
Right.
You shouldn't be partying. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't have party clothes.
They would
But
never
you have
come out.
people out there. That's their outlet.
Yeah.
So they'll say, you know what? I'm gonna push the. The cable bill is gonna be delinquent, so I can get
Because I deserve.
exactly.
So you
I
gotta wait.
deserve a breath of fresh air to get out.
I need
I'm
a
gonna
break.
make
I need a
myself
break.
feel. I need a break
Yeah.
I
from
give you
these
a
bills.
scenario.
The break me the fuck outside.
No. Yeah, remember what I
Let's
said
know
about
that.
going out winter versus the summer? It's a wrap with that, what you just said. I was out with my man one night. We went to a regular local bar. And I sat in there and I started laughing after a while because I watched a lot of young ladies come in acting like, they were at the ball without ball clothes on, so to speak. And I looked at my man and I said, damn, did it come to this? And he's like, you gotta understand, there's levels. He said, those women are coming in here just like some of the guys because at the end of the week, this is all that they have. You know what I mean? That's it. Like he said, it's a struggle day to day. Some people will tell you, talk about next month what I'm gonna do, dude. I'm trying to get through today.
Yeah.
And that's what's out
And
there.
that's the outlet.
That's what's out
And
there.
also, to me, financial stability goes back to a mindset. He bring me money back to us, so I never forget, I was in a bar one night. It's $2 Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you like it.
Everything is $2, right? So I'm old school. I'm not all for the fighting and rah-rah. I bumped the young lady. I said, excuse me, she was gonna get rowdy. I said, my bad, babe. Let me buy you a drink. What was your great order? Now she was great order, absolute. She said, oh no, he's buying.
So
Give me
she
Hennessy.
upped it.
Mind you, still,
It's
everything's still $2. That lets me know her mentality. She's going to live off. So what that means is, if I date her, that means I can't take. She may usually, like my man said, she may be used to go on Fridays, but if she dates me, she wants to go to Moriarty's. She wants to, and not saying that Moriarty's is better than Fridays, but she wants to go to somewhere that she may think and she may consider exquisite.
Right. The tries. That's just what I was gonna say, yeah.
And
it's
that
like
could be fine, if she can
No, it's
maintain
not
her
fine.
life.
That's not what he's
You missed
saying.
what he
You
said.
missing what he's on your own with your own money, why are you gonna ask him to do it with his money? That's what
See,
he's
that's, and it goes back, and it goes a little deeper. My thing is, I date a woman, and she's struggling, and she's not doing anything to help her own struggle, why the fuck am I going to help her? She's not doing shit, so why should I do anything?
But they'll get ridiculed for not being a man to help her
Exactly.
up. And
But
that's
she's
how
not doing
she
shit.
But what would you consider her not doing that for working?
Nothing. She knows that, okay, if I date a woman,
Please give it to her.
and she knows that she has these bills that needs to be maintained. Now mind you, she had this shit before she met me. This shit just didn't start happening because her and Bruce started dating.
Right.
This shit had happened before. Now, if unforeseen circumstance, say she lose her job, and I say, you know what, babe, while you out of work, I got you.
Amen.
I pay your bills, I got you. If that bitch is sitting on her ass,
No rest.
watching Queen Latifah, watching fucking the testing, whatever the shows that come on during the course of the day, and if she's not looking for a job,
She cut off.
I'm not helping her. Because at that point, then she stays, but so then now, you know what her job is? Hey Bruce, the bill needs to be paid. That's her fucking job now.
She not taking care of the house?
No, she's not doing it. No, it's not. So first of all, see, you tell me she's not taking it out. First of all, I'm taking care of her house. I never seen we live together. I said that she was struggling. So if you're dating somebody that's struggling and they're not helping you, and that goes for anything. If you have a friend who's struggling and they're not helping their own struggle, you're being used.
Yeah. And a lot of times with the views that a lot of women throw on men, which is not a big deal, but it is that she can't maintain her own, is that he's supposed to accept me and everything that I come with. And if he doesn't, he's not a real man. And that's fake. That's some false stuff. It's like, so he's supposed to acquire your debts and your attitude and go work more and harder and come home and smile. No, it's not happening.
You know what? I'm glad you made it, brother. Let's go back.
I don't think that I agree with that. I mean, I don't think that it's uncommon for women that already have bills and debt or whatever to not expect a man to help. And the reason why is because I have a girlfriend that's getting married in September. The man moved into her house. She already had a mortgage. She already had some financial struggles. And we even had a conversation about this. And she says, no, she said, I don't expect him to do any more than the norm. She said, because I created this.
That's a mature woman.
But
But
she-
also that she talked to him prior. She talked to
Do
him.
he know what
before they
she's
got married.
getting into? He know that she has those
Chances
struggles?
are, like I said,
And
communication.
see, but
And
I
they're ready
guarantee
to
you.
get married. And they've gone through counseling, so you know all that stuff comes out.
And they can
So what that
pursue
means
because
is,
they talk.
that man said in his mind, I am not going to allow her to continue to struggle. He's saying her debt becomes my debt.
But
Because they had a
talk about it.
conversation.
Because they had a
Yeah,
conversation.
people don't talk about, like I said, no one knows what their contract is nowadays. A lot of people want to assume that they know what the contract is, and it's not what you think it is because you never spoke about it. Everything was taboo across the table. When it was brought up on a show like this or something like that, you sat back and you thought about it, but I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about
So let me ask you this, at what point, because now we're getting kind of deep with it, at what point do you have that conversation? Because,
And I was ready to revisit that. I was ready to go back to that.
When you're about to move in together.
I
See,
think
people don't
we
real-
about to get married. Well,
See,
move and get
I would
married.
put it before that, unfortunately, due to the fact that you would never get there. Let's say you're about
I
to
would
move
say
in or you're
that
about to
before
get
you
married,
even move in.
but you done spent a year and a half with this person, not knowing what their, as people say, their situation
Right.
is.
But
And then you get there and it's like, nah, I can't rock with that. Now that person gonna look at you like you fell down.
But
See,
that,
but you know-
to
I'm
me,
sorry.
I'm sorry. To me, that just feels messed up because my thing is like, what the fuck were you doing in that whole year? Were you not seeing
See,
that?
But
I'm
that's,
saying, like,
hold on,
I'm
Nick,
saying,
but that's why, I'm sorry, Nick, but that's why when I said, it's through conversation. Perfect example, hold on, me and Nick are dating. Through casual conversation, Nick, what you do for her? She says she's like I said, she's a CNA. I know where her tax bracket is, so I know what level of financial,
Titles.
huh?
Back to them titles.
But it's still, no, but I know her financial stability. The same way as she asked me what I did. She knows my financial stability.
Or the
Where,
assumption of.
an assumption of, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's the start of a conversation,
And
of a
then
financial
come
conversation.
I think more of a, for me, if I met a woman and she has $20,000 in business debt, opposed to $20,000 in credit card debt,
Yeah,
I would
it's
deal with a
different.
woman that has $20,000 in business debt
Yeah,
than credit card debt, because credit card debt is showing me that she's really not
And
responsible.
it's unsecure.
You like a lot of
Business
things.
that she doesn't
Business,
have
you
to-
actually invested in yourself.
And not only that, she doesn't have to look at it as being personal. She can
Right.
write off.
She can
business
write it
debt.
off.
And that's what
right.
I'm thinking, she might have used
Oh,
the
but
credit
see,
card
how many
for
people
her
talk,
And I'm
business.
more willing to help a woman
Yeah.
in my,
People say
that I
that's
wanna
not
be
even
with,
business.
that's business debt, than I would personal debt
See, but
like that, because it's like, really, you overspend just to have things,
Yeah.
that's a different
But people
mentality.
don't have
And
that
it's-
conversation of
That's absolutely.
it's back to the bargain. You might
Right.
think that that person is doing okay because they're putting on a facade. It's
Right.
$2 Tuesday
Right.
or whatever the case may be, and they dress up a certain way to make you think that it's like that.
Right.
And you don't have conversations that are actually wholesome and genuine. Everything
Right.
is about either fun and so forth. I always tell people, if you want to know the mate that you have, deal with that person when they're at their worst.
Right, but besides even that part, even if you don't get the communication, time tells. You can't tell me somebody can hide a whole year of fucking
That
debt.
can be an assumption.
People hide kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
and
They
people
never-
hide kids.
People
yes.
hide kids.
People hide kids.
People
Hold
hide
on, let me
kids.
hide kids.
So,
Let me go
yeah,
on a record.
People hide
I've been over a young lady's house
Am I lying?
who I was given
People hide
information
kids.
by my
Man,
man.
Wait,
My
hold
man-
on, go ahead, what?
I was over a young lady's house. My man told me, yo, you know she got a daughter, because I haven't seen this young lady in like 2 or 3 years. She called me up out of blue, wanting to, have a talk and everything, and like, we need to go out, hang out, catch up on things. So I met her over our house before we rolled. She had a crib in the living room. So I said, oh, I was a smart ass. I said, congratulations on the baby. She said, how much you talking about? I left it alone. She then gave me a conversation later regarding she was watching her friend's baby. A woman said, no, that baby not mine. The baby wasn't there, but the crib and everything was there. So I said, okay.
I'm fucked up in the crib in the living room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's the little
Playpen,
playpen?
yeah,
Playpen. I'm sorry, the playpen was in the living room. She didn't admit to it till about 2-3 years later. Yeah.
Y'all waiting?
No, somebody I know.
Let's get back to the fight.
Wait, real quick. How does somebody hide a kid?
You don't tell them that, you lie.
They go to a sitter when you
They go
come
to a
through.
sitter,
Yeah.
yes.
Don't take a phone call a certain
Yes,
time of night because you put the baby down. Yeah, it could be hit.
Or say cousin baby. Hey, so, let's get back on topic, because we can talk about that later. Amir, let me ask you this.
Yeah, I've experienced it.
Amir and Nick, since y'all missed, we don't kind of recap since I mean, they didn't hear it. My question was, one of the questions in the beginning was, if your woman made more money than you, would you allow her, how did I put it, Lex? Would you allow her? No, not that one. Would you allow her to make you feel inferior?
Fuck no.
But I don't think that, how does a
I
woman?
know I did, I'm just like,
This is what I think.
How does the person make
Right,
the
how
other
does,
person
right,
feel away?
right, cause I need to be clear. How does a woman make a man feel
does
inferior?
she, okay, let me rephrase, I'm sorry, Nick.
Okay.
Does, because she makes more money,
Does it threaten me?
yes, that was kind of how I put it.
Is it,
No.
okay,
No,
that
because-
makes a difference.
The opposite of what Lex was saying about her previous situation, I'm motivated. So I already know that I'm either look at me as the king when I don't have money and when I get it, or don't look at me at all. That comes back to like, okay, when you down, how does that woman still, how does she review you? Are you still a man in her eyes, or does she just look at the financial ability that you may not have now and say, well, you're not fit enough, so you can't be king and you can't pay for everything. I mean, I'm still try to do what I need to do for myself. And not only that, I know that ultimately women want us as protectors. So that's still gonna be in the back of my head. Like, even though she's doing well and she doesn't need me financially, if I don't do something that's critical in this woman's life, I can be replaced a lot easier.
Right.
That goes right back to what I was saying
No,
earlier.
you said that, what she said was, go ahead, tell me what you
Yeah,
said.
that's why I said the
It was
opposite of
basically
what
like
was going
a
on.
woman looks at a man to be the provider and a protector. You understand? So if she's doing the providing, eventually she's gonna even look at you like you can't protect her as well.
But like I told her that a woman can only make a man feel inferior if he allows that.
That's true too.
So-
Unless she really doesn't
What
like
you
the
think, Nick?
position.
See, you know what, I think broke niggas will fight over a chick real quick. I mean, a broke dude will protect his chick quicker than a nigga with a bunch of
No,
money.
I don't mean fight over me.
I'm
I
just
mean
saying, you said
protect.
protect it. I mean, protect means protect. Protect means when that glass break at night, you getting up to address that.
Protection comes in
Shit,
different
a broke
forms,
nigga be
though.
like, oh, ain't no need to come over here and
Y'all
take
gotta
my
understand
shit.
protection.
A rich nigga might be like, call 911.
That's-
Call 911, call 911, and lock the door.
Shut the door. Baby, I'ma stay here and call 911.
He pushing her to the door while he's on the
Exactly.
seat.
Yeah.
Make sure the insurance policy is right.
Outside of physical, protection is one of those things that's like cheating. There's different forms of protection. If he's not educated, he may not be able to protect a woman who's in business.
Right.
So she may then look at him like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this dude on deck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if she has an option, and this is what I tell people when it comes to options. She finds a man who can protect her financially, so to speak. He knows tax shelters and so forth. He knows business and that angle. Also physically, she's looking for all those things. Now, if you can only do one and she has two that's in the lineup, you better watch your ass, homie, because you might be removed. Now, see, she getting up because I'm telling you, a lot of people can attach you on these things. Look at your options and be real with yourself. And if you don't measure up to your options, something's going to happen. Either one, you're only there for one thing or two things, or you're fooling yourself. I mean, so you better be all you can be.
So let me ask y'all this, because we getting close to wrapping up. Let me ask y'all this. How much do y'all think finances play in a relationship? Lex, let's start with you. Do you think it's a big part, a small part, or it plays no part at all? And the only reason why I ask you that is because you put up something today that was a perfect point of a chick riding with a dude with
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, that was
That
what's up.
picture of the young couple on a prom on the subway.
See, but that was beginner's love. That was a start puppy love.
No, but see, the sad part about it is our young girls, their thought process is
They still need the big flashy this. They want it to be the real.
exactly. So for her, she knew from the beginning that they were tired. So to me, that's after the prom.
Right.
So how they get there? So she went knowing that she didn't
I
have.
didn't take it as tired. I took it as him kind of somewhat ashamed, and he was just like, I can't believe that she's consoling him like, look, it don't even matter.
But the fact of the matter is,
It matters a lot.
she was with him. It don't matter if he was ashamed or it was they both, she said, you know what, fuck it. This my dude, I'ma rock out with him
You know, it
regardless.
goes to two songs I think of. One is the Lil Wayne song talking about these bitches ain't nothing. And then it's another one, Ron Isley and R. Kelly said, what would you do? And honestly, ladies, what would you do? If that type of guy came to your town, you know you could keep it between you and him. You know he gonna pay you some money on the side for whatever reason because he got it like that. Plus you gonna have a good time for a day or two. What would you do if you thought that was gonna be your life? And chances are a lot of women wouldn't choose that alleged love over that financial stability. No matter
I
what
think
a lie
it
say, if
depends
they
on
think
where
they
you
can go
are
on
in your
to it.
life and what your situation is. Because I'm looking at it, my choice in men and my priorities in men when I was 20 are not the same that now that I'm 40. So I'm thinking financially, I'm not, depending upon what my situation is going to determine what kind of man I'm going to accept. That's just my opinion.
Would you say that your list went from, let's say, 10 to maybe 5? Maybe
More
call
like
it maturity. See, but look at that, even in that aspect, I tell people, is it because you couldn't attain what it is that you thought you should have versus what reality was showing you?
I was superficial.
Exactly, and a lot of women don't understand that until they hit their 40s, and by then it's not too late, but it's like, yeah, your window of opportunity then dropped.
Let's get back to the question. The question was, what part do you think that financial responsibility plays in a relationship?
Scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know. I think it depends on the people because, you know, you can have somebody who has the money and the money financials isn't anything, or you have that couple that they might be building together and it's everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just goes on the personal basis of the relationship on the two people that's involved. You know, I would say that you would have to be honest, you know, when it comes to certain things. But there was actually, I don't know. I think it's a thing on the person. It goes on each person.
Alright, why do you say seven?
Because over half of the marriages end in divorce over money. and a lot more got killed before they even got there over money. So
Okay.
I would say 7 out of 10.
Nick, do you think that relationship, I mean, what part does finances?
Right
play in a
now,
Seven.
The way she said it, and you heard everything inside, right now?
Or 9.
right?
9.
Yes, 9.
Dang.
90%, yes, yes, it's a
But
9.
see, now see,
Hold
but it
on.
goes back to what I was saying, it all depends on the person.
Okay, Amir?
I'm weighing in between that 7 and 9, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because you gotta look at the reality that we've shown. I mean, not just you as an individual, but the things that are going on around you. Like you pointed out a statistic, which I did read. And most divorces and so forth, and not because of, infidelity and so forth, it's because of financial means and so forth. Let's paint a picture. Both people are struggling. The house, the lights get cut off. Even though he doesn't want her to leave and go to her mother's house and her girlfriend's house, she's gonna go. Eventually, as that guy's there by himself, doing things by himself, they're gonna split if she feels as though he can't provide for her, their home, and the children. It will end. If she sees things that she may want or feel as though she deserves to be taken out at some point in time, and another guy's going to offer to her, even if that guy's not genuinely there to be with her for the long haul, she wants that time. She's then going to reflect on what she has versus what she thinks she could possibly have. It's going to be a problem.
Okay, so here's my final question.
And last thing, he can't take you out.
So look, here's my final question.
That's what
You ain't get your number.
Now, I'm gonna give it to you after I give my question. It's the
No,
reason why.
no.
What's your number, baby?
What's your number?
What's your number?
Right now. I was just about number, so like this.
3.
3?
3? Okay.
Here's why. Here's why. When your relationship, you get stop being about love and be about money.
Now, this is the point that I wanted to bring up before
What if
we
it's a
get
fact
to
that
that.
over half
You know
of
what's fact.
if it's a fact that over half of the marriage
That's the
But
idea.
no,
over
repeat this.
money.
But you know what though? And Lex brought this up a long time ago on the show. It's and maybe that's the problem in the family structure. Remember, my parents were middle class. So I grew up in a middle class home. And I didn't know what not to have, what I
But
would
you
not have.
didn't know what you was missing.
I did not have. But when I went to go stay with family members, like I spent summers with my cousin in Diamond Street Projects, when we ironed our clothes. I thought that shit was fun. But when I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Iron
Between the
mattress.
mattress. When you iron your clothes, you put it between the mattress. Shit like that. So but I seen couples who their love conquered all. They stayed through the struggle and they made it together. So that's what I mean by why is fighting. When did relationships stop being about fighting? What is it wrong to love a broke man or a broke woman?
Right, and I'm gonna tell you, like,
But I don't
even,
think that's what the scale from 1 to 10 is. It's like how many, it's like what you're basing it on today's relationships, which if over half of it in divorce over money, you can't start at 3,
but
you gotta start at 5.
See, but but here's the thing.
But you can't usurp facts with your opinion.
No, but I
You know
have
what
to
I'm saying?
because
You
I
can't.
can't, but I'm gonna tell you why.
No, men and women lie, not numbers. Numbers
No.
is 50%.
Who's running these numbers?
but that's not even that.
Those
Where
are
they
the national
drawing this
surveys
up
now.
from? But who are they asking? Are they asking the middle class? Are they asking white people? Who are they really
Are they
asking?
asking-
And we already know black people.
Are y'all
already
fucking
sat here.
serious?
Wait a minute, we
Y'all
already.
gonna argue over facts?
No, but
Y'all
wait a
argue over
minute.
math and
He's saying-
Y'all
he's
can't
saying-
talk, y'all can't talk.
He's saying, like what they do with, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend it. They're saying, where are they getting this information? Like, what, did you go to 9 doctors in one building type thing? What class did these people interview in order to get the statistics, is what they're saying.
Let me tell you where I think it all messes up. When the culture, the morals, the principles, everything was taken away. I don't know if you want to blame society or who you want to blame, but when all that shit starts getting depleted, that's when you have greed, you have the finance, you have all these other things that become an issue in relationships. It used to be about love, and love used to be able to endure everything because you would live within your means. You understand? Just like myself, like when I grew up, I didn't know what I didn't have or whatever. We were never satisfied. I mean, my lights ain't never go out, and you know, certain shit I didn't have to endure, like things that I might hear about now as a result.
Let me just ask a simple question. There's 2, 4, 5, right? Your relationship ended with your son father over what? I mean, with your kid's father over what?
Over him cheating and lying.
It wasn't about money.
No.
Mine's finances. Yours is what?
Mine was unmotivated individual who was not seeing in the future, just living financially and that's what.
Mine was immaturity.
Yeah.
My marriage ended in immaturity, not because of finance, but because me and my wife, we were young and we just, you know, we didn't work at our marriage. So it had nothing to do with finances. And my wife didn't work when I was married.
Oh, yeah, but I was married.
Even in his own room, you got 50%.
No, wait, but look, but I'm gonna show you something though, right? One could sit down and still look into a certain situation and be like, well, you know what? If you had did this differently, you wouldn't have ended up in that situation where finances was a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people are making a mistake because you're not doing everything that you need to do, or you making expectations on a person, or you're expecting a person to do a certain thing. If you know who you are, what you're dealing with ahead of time, and you know what you're getting into, so it's like, what is it that you want? Do you want somebody who's going to take you to another level financially, or do you want somebody that's going to love you, be there with you, motivate you, whatever the case may be? Because me right now, like, granted, money will be fine, but at the same time, with all of the things that I'm doing and I'm building, I need somebody who can support me. You understand? So even if he can't,
Financially.
yeah, if he can't support me financially, I need the support where it's like, you know what, all right, you got the radio today, all right, do your thing. All right, you got that networking thing, all right, do your thing. You building this, do that. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But even still, all that sounds good because we all dealt with people who were with us, but it's only until you get in those situations do you really understand who you're dealing with. How many people got kids by people that you like, I didn't know you were like that or she was like that. So you don't really, it's all a crapshoot. You really don't know until you get in the mix. Because people will make you promises because they want you. How many motherfuckers is telling you whatever you want to hear less to get less? But how many of them really, if you really got into it with them, will really stand the test of time?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of chicks that want to fuck with me, but how many of them chicks really want to fuck with me and go in my direction? Or do they really just want me?
Right, but you know
Because they try to change the swag up to get with you.
But you know
You know
who
what I'm saying?
decides that like the people who might be after me, I decide that. And how I do that is by conversation. I can see the shit coming a mile away. I can tell if it's just the Lex Royal you want, or you really want Alexis, you really care for Alexis and what she's about. I can tell, let me tell you, I can tell as far as like,
I feel you on that, but I'm saying we all have failed relationships. It ain't that we ain't tried. I'm just saying it's still a crapshoot. Even if you say, out of these 20 dudes, this one dude, I believe in him, it's still a crapshoot. You still gonna
hey,
invest.
I had times
It's an investment. You know
with
what I'm
my
saying?
kid's father where we ain't had no money, right? Like my cars will go up and down, right? There was one time, like I can literally say that I have driven every single fucking car. I have went from the Honda to the fucking S5.
Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah, you
something else.
Yeah, you
What?
We need
No, let me tell you what happened, right? Why I use him is because we went through the highs and lows financially. When money got funny or whatever, we scaled back. We scaled down. We didn't break up. We didn't stress. We didn't argue. You understand? We just did different shit.
That goes to your thing of statistics. See, to me, statistics are bullshit. Because what they do is, to me, what statistics do is, they're done by white people. They ask white people, and they tell black people these statistics. You don't have 9 out of 10 on the ones, and I'm not just saying you.
Right.
You very rarely, you don't have a lot of black divorce because they fucking can't afford it. So they stick it out.
Yeah, I know people.
How many of us really matter?
But that's not what I'm saying. Maybe if you get married, did you know something?
Yeah, a lot of us didn't even get
I'm
married.
gonna show you something. You know that I just took a business course, and you know in the business course they said that black people, even starting their business, will not take investors.
Yes.
They would rather take a loan
Yes.
before they take an investor.
Yes.
And that's somebody who is actually putting into your company that will actually take out and share with you, share profit with you.
Yes.
So there is actually something in our minds anyway on as far as finances and things like that. So I mean, I don't know, I hate to pull, yeah, it's very deep.
Somebody put
It's a trust thing.
I don't think it's not just trust because an investor can't do anything. An investor just takes, is just an owner of part of your company.
But it's still a trust thing because
Credit score
your
of
mindset
someone
is
who's broke
they have
is
an
like
ulterior motive.
No, the mindset is the finances. You don't want to share. I've seen it in everything. I've seen it, and I'm sorry, but I've seen it in the group. You understand? Like I'll be like, listen, we all a collective. We all gonna do together. You understand? And everybody moves together. Everybody eats together. You know what I'm saying? But people will still turn around and be like, that's your vision. That's your dream. That's your this. That's your no. I'm telling you, we gonna all build together. You got your own thing that you want to start. You got your own thing you want to start. Everybody, we start somewhere and we all build. But something in the black mind just tells you like.
So how does it have more than half of black relationships, the marriages in the divorce court?
Because they go, first of all, they don't even know what to do with it.
So you think it's done over trust?
I think, no, I think it's bad finance.
I've been in a situation with people like that. They don't even understand to take investor money.
I think it's bad financials, right? I think that it's not knowing, and then it's still the need of like that reparations, like my 40 acres and a mule. You have people that they want to live above their means. They want to show that they have this. It's like a self-worth, because a lot of people are dealing with low self-esteem. You understand? So when they have low self-esteem, they gotta get that Gucci bag, because when they walk on the street, now she's equivalent to somebody else, and she feels as though that she's just as important. You understand?
I hear not done.
Well, see, I think what happens
But it don't even matter because she's still.
y'all can't talk.
I mean, that's a different, you kind of went all over the place. No, I mean, not accepting other people's money, I understand, because I've been in those situations, but that has nothing to do with
That was just to
living a
show
high
you
life.
that black people have a problem with finances.
Right.
I know we do.
I think
With
the problem
trust.
is with trust in general.
Knowledge, education.
I think
You
it's
know what?
What you saying,
You
Bruce?
can't tell me that you cannot trust an investor, but you can trust a loan. Because if you fall on that loan, they will snatch your shit.
But it's back to.
But the thing of it is, it also goes back to where I don't owe anybody anything. If I make, listen, wait a minute, listen, Lex. If I take a loan, then that's me, that's on me. But if I get an investor and I mess up, then I failed this person, basically.
Guess what? They lose just like you because it's called taking a risk. So you don't owe them shit because they took a risk, and that's the same thing. Right, and that's the same thing that black people don't understand.
Well, that's the same thing with it. Basically, what you're saying is, so basically instead of relate, let's equate this. Let's sum this up in the relationship aspect.
Okay.
So now, what you're saying is that a relationship, when you're in a relationship, you're not taking out a loan, you're investing in that person.
Absolutely.
But so again, the problem started when we started investing financially and not emotionally. That's where the
But it
breakdown
also
started.
goes to investing. You know, you got this guy that makes more money than this chick. He's investing. He's taking a risk. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, Lex. But you were saying that a guy, you were saying that if a girl isn't moving, she's not doing anything, but he gets involved with her, you know, why would he want to get involved with her? Or why would somebody want to get in a relationship with somebody that's not financially set? You're taking a risk.
Yeah, but you take a risk on somebody that's actually doing something, that's actually moving. Is she in school? You know what I'm saying? What is she doing?
But here's the thing, it still goes with the options. Unfortunately, our people have many facets of our relationships with, you know, financially is just one of them, trust is another. I read a statistic where it mentioned that those who graduate college are more likely to be successful in their marriage. Those who don't finish high school, they show statistically, are less likely to even maintain a relationship.
That's
Because
bullshit.
they said, well, this is what they said, this is the bearing one. Because they're not used to investing long term in order to get that end great result. So it's like a cop-out thing. Those who drop out, cop out, so to speak, however you want to put it, are easily, I guess, deterred.
See, I think
Right,
that's bullshit.
I get what you're saying.
I see what you're saying, but I think that's bullshit because you had families who came from southern
But they
families.
That's
lost
came
it.
from.
Yeah, they lost
Exactly what
it.
she said.
They lost
It's no
it.
longer the
Once-
deal nowadays.
Once the social media, once
Yep.
the media, society, everything, it's like
And it's
they
fast
tell you,
now.
and let me tell you something. You wouldn't believe it, but the way the advertisement is set up, it's set up to draw you out. It's set up to make you want that. It's set up to make you actually.
Green and yellow.
You know that, yeah.
But see, a lot of people don't know that. You understand? And they just feel like, and then you know, black people also has a thing where they want to be happy now. I want that now factor. They don't want to have to work. You understand? Yeah, they don't want to have to work and build for it. It's like, that's the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you have all these things that take into consideration and then you try to put it into a relationship, and this goes back to what I said before, is that if you're not set with yourself, you shouldn't be trying to blend with nobody else because it's not going to work. You understand? It go right back to the same thing. You financially fucked up. You sitting out here like you just trying to show off, pretend, whatever the case may be, and then you got boy that's trying to do it, and now both of y'all bills messed up because now you buying J's and you buying bags.
So what do you tell those people who were on the level of low income?
They on your level. They on your level. Struggle together. Make that shit work together. 2 incomes is better than one.
About that, Monty?
I mean,
it makes sense, but do you really, that's not
no,
solid.
in every culture, people always want to marry up. It's just the way it is. In India, they got dowry systems. Dowry systems.
Yeah, and they
You know,
can't
Yeah,
go
but
in
this
line
ain't
for
Indian.
low
People
level.
marrying for less than that. People marrying for a big ass and a smile right now.
People's here still.
But like I said, that's why they had arranged
But you
marriage.
said, but NBA basketball wise, I mean, it's all the same shit.
Yes, I ain't seen it, but they always have, you know, but
Yeah,
before,
but I'm saying-
they had arranged marriage.
Absolutely.
Where money married money.
People-
So the money stayed.
Money, money. But
They
you know,
still
in these
have that.
dowry systems, these
Outside
broke ass
of the
people
NBA.
are putting together thousands of dollars and all
It's
kind
happening
of
in front of us
material
all the
shit
time.
so their daughters can marry up. I'm just saying,
It's happening all the time.
it's
It's
still
still,
happening.
but you know the one key thing and all of that, it's still a culture. There's still a culture, there's still a fine line of how everything is gonna be done in their society. It's still a culture.
So what? So
Ain't no culture here.
no, there is a culture. The culture here is
Fake it till you make it.
no, women marry up.
Okay, hold on.
What do they show us? What do they show us on TV? Women marry up.
But that's
And
society, and you know why?
half-ass looking chicks. It don't be no real bad looking
Right,
chicks.
but
It be
that's
half-ass looking chicks.
society, and what happens is, you know when society is putting this in your head, in every show that you see with the chicks marrying up, so that's when now they're looking down at the regular men that they are around, and they're degrading the men that they are around, and now the men are feeling worthless or whatever, and now they might start dealing with another man or whatever the case may be, you know
Okay,
what I'm
well, let's take
saying?
this. Hold on. So let's take this. We're gonna wrap it up with one. We're wrapping up with this last question. How we fix it?
It's a long road.
Give me one thing. How do we fix it?
How do we
Start
fix?
within the home.
How do we fix the relate? How do we fix the?
It starts
Because
with the home.
it's evident. Because to me, it's evident that that finance has broke down the relationships and marriage. Correct.
It starts
So how do we
with
fix it?
those who call themselves mature. You know, handle your bills. But it's to a degree what Lex said is actually correct. You have to be able to maintain your own structure first. You know, and unfortunately, we have women out there who are being the mother and the father, so to speak. So I can't really say the same thing for them because you don't know how their dilemma came about, so to speak. You know what I mean? So tell a woman who, you know, let's say had a husband who now is deceased that, yo, handle that yourself. She like, shit, I didn't bargain for, you know, taking care of these
Well,
kids
that's
by
a
myself.
difference.
But I mean, these things happen. It's
Yeah,
not
but
a clear-cut thing.
I'm sure that any decent man would understand a woman who was put in a situation like that as a one that brought herself into a situation.
Yeah, but
You
see,
brought yourself into
but listen to what
bankruptcy.
you said. You brought yourself into it. A lot of women are not trying to hear that it's your fault. You get
So
what I'm saying?
hold on. Let.
They're not trying
So
to.
basically, what you're saying, Amir, is that we need to fix the family infrastructure
Yeah.
in order to fix the financial. Okay.
It's on the
I
band and
think we
lyrics,
need
so
to
to
go,
speak.
I remember being in elementary school and them teaching us how to write checks. I think we need to start younger with teaching our children financial responsibility. Because if you teach them at 9 and 10 how to manage their money, then at 19 and 20, 39 and 40,
So you saying
they'll
prepare,
understand.
so you saying prepare the next generation, but what about those, like, all of us who are already in the mix? How do we sacrifice for them then?
Yes.
Once,
I think well said. But I also think that first and foremost, men have to understand why they need what they want with a woman in their life. And if they can make that determination, first of all, a man has to know what he wants with his life, and then he has to know how a woman plays a part in that. And then once he understands that, then he can make a proper choice. But if the man is not the leader, then it's all fucked up.
Yes.
I say, first of all, stop looking for a mate to make you.
Stop looking for what you're not.
You know what I'm saying? No, stop looking for a mate to make you. Stop looking, if you are unhappy, don't look for a mate to make you happy. You have to find your innerness, you know what I mean, your inner peace. You have to find sanctuary or whatever. You gotta find that shit yourself. And then on top of it, when it comes to your finances now, you should be able to at least maintain yourself before you put that burden on somebody else, because it's still gonna end up into a disaster. You know what I'm saying? And I would think that with that, it might be dating your level. There's nothing wrong with dating your level. Turn the fucking TV off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't even afford cable, you shouldn't even be watching that shit. And I hate it. I hate that everybody wants to be the basketball wives and they want to be the Love and the Hip Hop or whatever. But then you can't even afford to keep your shit on any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So there's a disconnect right there. You know what I'm saying? Stop paying $200 and something fucking dollars for cable for shit. You know what I'm saying? Invest in your children. Like, there's a bunch of other shit that you can do now besides just, I don't even know.
I think that the problem has been, and I think the one thing that nobody said is the communication. If you communicate with a person, you know all of this. Like I said, it goes back to what you said in the beginning, that nobody's talking. You're fucking, you're saying that you're in a relationship, and then by the time it's too late, by the time you find all this stuff out, it's way too late, instead of having actual conversation. I think that, Nick had a good point. The sad part about it is the public school system does not teach credit scores.
Right.
It does not teach financial responsibility.
Oh, no, they're not.
So we're losing, our kids are losing out.
Yeah,
So we have to get back to that.
Right.
So I think that if you communication to me is always going to be the master key. You have to talk to people. You have to know where they're at financially, where they're spending. Because if you talk to a person, you'll say, yeah, I just came from the mall and I just bought me a $300. I bought me a Gucci bag, and she's a CNA. You scratching your head.
Right.
Like, that's
Got
not.
the new iPhone.
Well, no, a person can treat themselves.
No, what I'm saying is if that's
But a person can treat themselves sometimes, especially if you're working hard. I understand if you want to treat yourself. But at the same time,
she shouldn't have 9 Gucci bags to a CNA.
no, but not even that. Don't buy a bag that you don't have the equivalent of the money for the bag in your purse. I don't believe that.
Okay.
You shouldn't be walking around with a $500 bag and you can't pull out $500. You ain't got $500 in the bank. You ain't got it. Don't do it.
True. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Mary, you got any last words?
Nah, man, I'm just listening. I'm learning, bro.
Nick?
You know what I always say? God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen more and talk less.
Wani B?
We gotta have vision. If you don't have vision, you don't have a life.
I want to go over something that we didn't get to touch on. We didn't get to talk about people who are already in the situation that might have financial struggles and they don't know what to do. And I would say that you would have to get yourself a financial advisor. You understand? There's ways that you have to start cutting down and minimalizing your debt. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that you have to do besides just divorce and arguing and things like that. Just do
Cut the
different
cable
stuff.
off.
You can't, cut the TV off, cut
Get a
these,
cable off phone.
cut
Hey,
these
she don't hate it.
bills.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, these bills out here are crazy and they're designed to keep you down.
Yes.
You understand? Like the cell phone bills now, they like,
Cell bill used to be 20.
that's a whole nother show. The cell phone bills, the Comcast, like there's certain things that you can cut. There's different ways that you can go about it. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have those things cut, then you'll see that you have extra money to do certain things and you need to invest in your children. You know what I'm saying? Spend the time talking to your kids. The kids of the future, you gotta invest in them as well. But you already know. I don't even know. We need more than 2 hours to talk about
All right,
finances.
this was, you know what that was?
You gotta give her a hug.
That's before the signing. You already know.
What was he giving her a hug for?
There, Bruce, because she was got
Oh,
some.
It smells kinda good.
She
You know
said
what,
something
though?
heartfelt for once.
Yo, you know what? We as admins must admit we forgot something. We talked about something last week. Wanza and Nick weren't here, so me and Lex are gonna make sure this gets done either by the end of the week. We're having a contest. Who's your favorite host? So since nobody got this, last week it was us and Stan, and since everybody got to see everybody, we want to know who's your favorite host. So that just to get the group. Oh shit, are you rolling your head like you know what it is?
No,
No.
well, I'm
Just so-
already out. I wanted to
Listen, shut up. No, stop. Shut up.
I'm gonna splash.
Thank you.
Do you hear how you talking to me?
Yes, listen,
Chrissy?
that's what we don't do, because you're talking shit. Anyway.
We want to
so-
thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
I just want you to know
Excuse me. No. You already said your death is on. You don't get to say nothing else.
I won't be
You
here
don't get to say.
anymore.
Anyway. This is like, you know how, this is like when, remember on Dallas, how many times did JR die?
Get shot.
No, we want to thank y'all for listening and watching. We appreciate the fact that our viewers out there always work with us through our technical difficulties. This is a process for us. We are growing and we are getting better. We thank y'all for just sticking with us. Texas Hold'em Talk Radio is gonna be something big. I believe it. I know it. That's why she's talking that shit that she leaving, so that she can get y'all to tune in next week to see if she really gonna be here or not. But anyway, y'all know my motto: without y'all, there is no us.
I'm
And
leaving
we
y'all
out.
in some very good hands. Shout out to Amir for coming through for the second time. We really appreciate it.
Shout out to SJ that's missing, and we want to give our condolences out to our missing admin Quandra, who lost her grandfather. She's on the road to Florida. Safe travels, babe. And
Everybody
We'll
will
get
be
at y'all
right here
next week.
next week, y'all. I'm about to be on my Barbara Walters shit.